Hey guys, so I got some positive feedback from the first one. I just want to do more of these where we look through clips, and at the end of the day, it comes down to the reality of most of the popular clips right now are going to be hardcore deaths, so why not just watch them? Let's get
Kill
into
these
it.
eye tentacles quickly.
First one we're
Rest in
going to
peace,
watch
bro.
is
I'm sorry.
Cthulhu.
Kill these. Kill these. Come on, spread out. Give people room. Kill eye tentacles. Petri if you
Rip.
need to. Get into your original spots, guys. Kill this. We need to kill it now. Hey. Okay.
So you
Go to the
saw
front.
how, like,
Everyone.
it's so unfortunate. Look at how much health this boss has when it kills Tyler at the last second here. Or sorry, not Tyler. Who's that? Booklyn. So literally 1%. Often talk about that 1% difference, and that's the difference between someone dying and not. To me, that's kind of a prime example. Look like the boss wasn't sundered; it died with everyone executing, and Sunder was missed, or maybe I don't know. Do they have MPA and MPA went out? Either way, Ripperino. So the fact that it lost it at the end there, really sad. Just kind of an unfortunate bounce. And in that situation, you just have to send an instant Petri. Um, but yeah, wouldn't really blame them for that. Just like I would point out, to me, it's a damage thing more than anything else of how you can do that slight bit more. This is a tragic one. Let's just listen to the comms here.
Or?
No. One of these soundboards today.
Flame
Yeah,
got
we
a
need the
gauntlet.
dose.
And a good.
Dose. Dose?
Yeah. Oh my god, this thing was.
Oh no.
So the soundboard comment is
Yo, yo,
huge.
yo, We got any good loot here or?
No. One of these soundboards today.
So yeah, this guy just went way too far away from the rest of his raid. He was dragging a mob, and when this mob dies, it does damage. So, rip. I think that's what happened at least. Right? The star just runs away. So, tragic. Speaking of tragic, this one hurts.
Taunting back, the kill sentry's up.
So I feel like his comms were pretty good there. He has a stone shield on. The problem is last stand. Look, last stand runs out right after the threat drop happens. When this threat drop happens, everyone's health goes down. So the healers all need to only focus, get a shield on true instantly. But that was pretty unfortunate. This is a very geared tune. Had DFT, probably a whole bunch of other stuff. AQ40 dagger, so pretty tragic, unfortunate way to go, just doing your job. And yeah, I think that the last stand was a little bit of a bait. Need to also had life-giving gem, excuse me, tragic. So this comes down to a life-giving gem situation needed to be equipped and used here. Also doesn't have buffs out, right? So doesn't have a flask. You just consider this like a farm scenario, and that's the tragedy, is it wasn't one of the deaths of, you know, going all out blasting, just kind of a normal AQ20. So that's an often the case, what happens to people of how they die, and um, where they're just doing silly things, a little bit out of control. And that's exactly what happens here too. So this is a little bit of solo gameplay where Soju just realizes that he's cooked, and yeah, just doesn't make it out. I'll just let this play for 5 seconds, I guess, but not really an exciting clip, but just kind of goes well, I think, with the previous one. So, Ripperino. And on to the next one. This is a weird one to me. So, different language, but
Сейчас будет эти орехи, надо немножко стать разрозненно. Стали чуть-чуть
they're all
разрозненно,
bowing, which
прохиливаем
is
рейд.
interesting to me. I wish I could understand what their calls are.
Прохиливаем рейд, держим танков.
No demo
Я сказал,
shout. They all get
пробили на
blasted.
тур протекты.
So then now they all petri.
Потрачено, поднимите.
Петры на тур
Родные.
протекты. Петры на тур протекты.
Ластен,
Добиваем босса.
ШВ.
So it has a shield on. They're all still hitting. Some petri, but they come back out.
Блядь, я не знаю,
И Лора прохилила.
Петру,
Петру нажал.
Now they say petro.
меня, я так.
Assuming that's
Петри. Ёбаный рот, блядь.
Блядь.
Now they all petri out. So yeah, kind of a wild one. Interesting to me. This is a funny one. So not a hardcore death, just a regular death, but a human priest death, I guess we'll say. Says it all. So doesn't make the jump properly, goes past the place that you're supposed to exit, and realizes that, and falls the second time and dies. We'll just watch the end here. I guess my ugly mug is covering it up, so the streamer reaction definitely does make the moment better too. That's part of the streamer experience. The good old palms and hands, or whatever, palms and face, whatever. Halfway done with clips. Lots of good clips here.
Voyons un Fearsoon.
Charbaship.
Another different language one.
Moi, t'as ton herbe sur Fabi?
So tank dies really quick here.
GG. Warcall.
Fear
Full
happens.
Ilsinden, full Ilsinden.
Policimen.
Just needed to be dispelled. Kind of shocked at how fast they died. They don't have a stone shield on, it looks like. And yeah, just rip arena. That's the horde experience for you right there. And very quick here, they make the Petri call and they're out. So weird start here. Another different language one. So somehow this tank's in a really weird spot and the DPS just goes too ham too early. So classic DPS Zug issue. Alright, couple more clips. This is an Ompi clip, I think.
Down. Savu.
Savu. So yeah, just a priest kind of out in a weird spot over here. Doesn't make sense to be over there. Just got absolutely blasted by rockets. Alright, on to the next one. Another Ompi clip.
The person with top threat is the one who gets melee.
Warriors are right here. We pick them up.
Okay, yeah, so Rip Green Bob. Makes
yeah,
the
I'm out
call
there.
DPS play safe because there's not DPS properly up here. They have some people that are just all running down.
First Awiton is Aura. Move out of melee, guys. Green blob, man.
So yeah, just too close when these mobs die. Usually it's top threat. Like to me, if you go back and you look at this, the threat table here. I mean, Green Blob did do the most damage. Hard to say. But anyways, you just can't go too ham on those first. We'll watch another death of that soon. It's a wild Ouro here.
Да, Тедди Бенди, ну, пожалуйста, ну встань, ну ты ж не сбросил 3 Тедди Бенди.
Ё-моё.
Тедди Бенди щит, Тедди Бенди ластен, Тедди Бенди ластен.
Лоха дайте, Тедди Бенди.
So notice tank does not have stone shield.
Имейте группу, ребят.
Тедди, тебе нельзя подходить.
Мили, ты подожди, пожалуйста.
не понимаю, что
J
Тебе
tank
нельзя
rip.
подходить, услышь меня.
На следующий Сансторм убьет. Все, добивайте.
Pally tank worked
Мили, не
correctly.
подходите.
Да подходи, Тедди Бенди, подходи, пожалуйста, Тедди Бенди, подойди.
Да вы определитесь, подходить мне или не подходить.
Подойди в этом самом, в деф-стойке и ШВ нажми прям
Да,
сейчас.
фу,
У меня нет
Тедди
ШВ,
Бенди,
у меня
Тедди
нету
Бенди
ШВ.
ластен, Тедди
У
Бенди
меня
ластен.
нету ШВ. Нету.
So yeah, it worked out. It looked like they still had 2 tanks left alive, but I mean they are down bad there at the end. If you look at the situation, they're just all panicking. But I mean it's doable. So not a whole ton to say here as far as they just have general threat issues in this situation. This guy needed to quickly catch up and touch the boss before this guy touched the boss. Saib was too close. So he just kind of tanked it to the point where everyone else was too close, or he needed to pull way over to the side here. This guy's positioning was poor.
Okay. Boss is loose for a second. Done.
Really not much to say from a comms perspective on this one. It's just a DPS that dies on this fight. If you die as a DPS, you didn't use your defensives right, or you know something went wrong. So 6 just got owned there. Ripperino. Not much to say on that one. Okay, we kind of saw this death previously, but to see the perspective of it actually happening to someone I think is interesting. So this is a blaster warrior, has cruel and AQ40 axe. Like this guy's blasting. And not anymore. Rip. Just too close to the ads, didn't get to lip. Let's see his reaction when he presses it. He was really quick trying to press it. It looked like he's pressing it, boom, too late. So yeah, blaster reflexes for sure, but just too much damage. Pulled at the last second there. Rip. So unfortunate. That's a case that we've seen plenty of times. Used to be called the prefix. So this is a threat issue. We won't listen to the comms here, but yeah, this guy's Pice's group on Horde side. Just a straight up threat problem. People start all using their Petries. Some people start all leaving with Petries and stuff. So like this boss is so dead, where if each person was just execute 1 or 2 more times, would have been fine, right? But it's no longer fine because the main tank is Petried, I think. Has 11k health. Kind of confuses me. So, rip. Unfortunate. Veil that falls apart. This is just a popular one. We'll see if there's any.
That was a crazy.
So yeah, crazy pet. You see it right there. The pet actually like goes and attacks. So this was like Brick's final AQ40, or maybe there was like one after it, but the end of Bricked was a beam by this hunter that I don't know, had issues. So we'll watch the other one first. Parla has an issue here.
1 below 50.
Oh god, guys, why are you even hitting those? Okay.
There's the charge.
So yeah, lip is being called for. It's right here. You see he presses it right at the last second, but unfortunately just dies, needed to lip. So terrible way to go. Just needed to not follow this mob and be in the worst possible spot and understand how knockbacks work. So unfortunate. And then even much more unfortunate is a couple days later, charges into a pack and the whole group wipes. Right here the healer says I DC'd, and now he DCs. No one's able to get back in and they lose their characters. So tragedy. That's hardcore in a nutshell, but just want to do a little bit of a run through of a bunch of different clips. Feel free to send me clips. Love talking about this kind of stuff. Definitely want to make sure I put the links to all these different streamers. Lots of people are streaming hardcore and keeping that community alive, and I think it's really cool to see the continuation of such a punishing game mode. So good luck out there, and hopefully stuff like this at least gives you some thoughts. And I don't know. It's all about knowing how other people die so it doesn't happen to you, right? Not trying to make fun of people, just so we can learn together. So till the next one, thanks.